Hi guys, welcome back to the Wonky Workshop. Glad you could join me again. We're going to look at a project using some of the scrap wood that I have lying around the workshop. We're going to turn some things that can be quite popular as little giveaways at craft shows, and they're light pull handled. And we're going to look at a nice little kit that is really helpful on the lathe to make sure that it's quick and it's clean and consistent. So when we're talking about light pulls, we're talking about a couple of different things. So this here is my favourite design. It's quite small. It's a piece of sapele. Got a larger hole at the bottom, got a small hole at the top, and the small hole goes all the way through so that you can put the string of your light pull all the way through, and the larger hole is so you can tie the knot and it hides it at the bottom and it's out of the way, and it's quite nice. Now traditionally, if this is the way that you were making them, that meant you've got to drill all of your blanks twice, because you can drill it all the way through with a small drill bit, and then you've also got to drill with a larger drill bit at the bottom. So the kit consists of two parts. The first is this friction drive. This particular version is 1 Morse taper at the shank, because my lathe is 1 Morse taper, but it also comes in 2 Morse taper versions. And this has got a series of steps, and the little bit there will feed into the hole once we've drilled it on the blank, secure around this side, and it is purely friction that holds it onto this end, and this goes into the headstock end of your lathe and holds it in place. The second part of the kit is this drill bit, and this is the bit that I had a little bit of a hand in, because the friction drive already existed, but I asked Planet whether they'd be interested in making a single drill bit that would drill both sizes of hole all at once, so that we'd be able to literally halve the time it would take to prep the blanks for something that's just supposed to be using scrap wood anyway. So you've got this shank at the bottom and then the reduced shank there, and still got a cutting point here, so that you can drill all the way through the blank. And I'm going to show you how this works now. Okay, so I've prepped a sapele blank, and the good thing about this, you want to try and get it square-ish. It doesn't have to be 100% square, because after all it's rough and you're going to be turning a lot of it away. I've found the centre, and I've also marked it with a bradawl point to help reduce the chance of this bit starting to wander, because there's no brad on the end of the bit there. And so let's see how we go. Okay, so we have the lathe set up now. We've got our friction drive here from the kit, and we've got a standard rotating live centre there. We've got our blank, large hole at one end, and very close to the centre is the small hole at the other end. It doesn't matter, it's slightly off centre. As you can see, it's not even a square piece of wood. We're going to sort that out now. Pull that up to there. Then we'll just extend that out a little bit, make sure there's a bit of friction on there so that when that turns, this will turn with it, and tighten that off. Now if you don't have a pillar drill or drill press like I used for drilling my blank, what you can do is you can fit a Jacob's chuck in your tailstock, put the drill bit in there, hold the blank preferably in a chuck with some form of pen jaws or pin jaws, something like that, so that's not going to turn, and then you can manually wind this into the hole all the way through. Okay, so we're now at the point where we're ready to turn. We've got our blank on, we've turned it to check that it's not going to hit the tool rest. Another reason why I like turning these products is because it gives you practice with a skew chisel. Probably one of the best tools to use in wood turning, but one of the most feared, because it can give you some nasty catches. I use one with a rolled edge on it. It's the one I bought as part of a pack, and I actually quite like it. I prefer it to the square edge ones, and certainly to the oval ones. I haven't tried any of the round skews though. If you do skew practice on something this small, if you get a catch, it's a lot less dangerous. It's not going to scare you as much, so you can get a lot of practice in on something quite tiny. I've got a very basic shape here. Quite like turning sapele, it's very easy to do so. And you can see I've not really had any catches or anything, and I've not edited any out. What I am going to show you is just a quick little trick to make sure these two ends here are quite nice when they come off the lathe. And this is particularly helpful with the skew chisel, or if you wanted to use a parting tool. So all we do is we turn it this way up. Okay, so all we've done here is I've just gone in till I've got to the metal of that there, and I've done exactly the same the other side. So now we should be able to take this off. Obviously we would normally sand and finish. So we take this off, and you can see you've got your one end there, the string to go through, and your other end there with the step in it, also there. Nice crisp edges. And then if you were to finish it, you can end up with all sorts of little patterns and things. And let your imagination go wild. It's a great little project for exploring different techniques, playing around with patterns, playing around with finishes, and for practicing the skew chisel. I'll put a link on where you can buy one of these kits down in the video notes below. So thank you for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a great little project. You can make all sorts of different sizes. You get to play around with design. You get to practice skew chisel work. And you also get to use up scraps in the workshop. I'll put links below for where you can buy the kit and all of the other kind of things that I've referenced in the video. Thanks very much for watching. Please press like and subscribe if you're interested in watching some more of my videos. Until then, see you again.